Hey everybody, Mandy here. I hope you're all finding fun and creative things to do while we're all stuck inside. I have found something to do, and that is make things out of toilet paper rolls. So, today I'm going to show you guys how to make a unicorn out of a toilet paper roll. First, you're going to take your tube, okay? And we're going to make a hole for the tail to go into. So as you can see, the tail is stuck into like a slit there. So what you're going to do is on the back of your toilet paper roll, you're going to pinch it, and then you're going to cut a slit right in it like that. So you have a slit across. Then you're going to, from that slit that goes across, you're gonna cut up. So you're gonna make another little slit, and then you're gonna do the bottom and cut another little slit. And that's gonna make like an X or a plus sign or a T, whatever you wanna see. If you can see, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there it is, kind of, just right there, little hole thing to stick your tail into. Okay, next is going to be cutting or covering this tube with color. So, like I said, paint or paper or tissue paper would work. Anything you think. You can just color it too with markers if that's what you have. So like I said, I was going to paint mine blue. For time's sake, I went ahead and already painted one blue. So I've got my blue tube. If you're going to paint it, you probably want to let it dry before you move on, or you can make your supplies, your extra add-on stuff as it's drying. So pause, paint, set aside to dry, and then come back and we'll keep making parts. As I'm looking at this one, I realized I did not put in my little slit, so I'm going to do that real fast and hopefully it won't crack the paint too bad. So I'm just cutting my slits really fast. If you wanted to use like cardstock or cover it with paper in some fashion, you're going to want to cover it, and then you're probably going to have to recut your hole, but it should be a lot easier because you've already cut it through the cardboard. Okay, so now I've got my hole cut. So now we're going to assemble our parts for our unicorn. So we're going to let's start with the ears and the unicorn horn. So I'm going to take my note card. I'm going to cut out triangles to make ears. You know, you can make them any shape that you want. I mean, if you want to do it less pointy, more round top, you can make them as big as you want. This is what I have, 2 little ears for my unicorn. And then I'm going to make a horn. So I'm going to make a big horn for this guy. That. Okay, so now I got a big horn. So I've got big horn, 2 little ears. Just like that. Okay? Now I'm going to color mine in. If you have colored paper already, you don't have to color it. Or you can color it and add. I mean, it's really just, it's your unicorn. Make it however you want. Okay, always put the cap back on the marker. So then I've got little ears, and it's like the inside of their ears, like that. Now for my horn, I think I'm gonna do green. I'm gonna just color that whole thing in. And you know, if you had glitter at home, you could add glitter to it. If you had, I don't know, you could go outside and put dirt on it and make it look like a you know, I don't know, maybe it's a nature unicorn, I don't know. Put rocks on it, maybe little rocks. I don't know if a big rock would really stand out, but you can do whatever you want because like I said, it's your unicorn. Okay, so now I'm going to attach these guys. Actually, I'm going to we're gonna make these parts. We're gonna make all the parts. That's what I said, that's what we're gonna do. We'll make all the parts here. Okay, so got those done. I'll put them there so you can kind of see them like that along with him. Okay, now we're going to make the mane and the tail. So you're going to get your ribbon or your yarn, whatever you're going to use. I'm just going to like pull it all out, because why not? So what you're going to do is to make the mane, I used 2 fingers, but yours' fingers are probably smaller than mine. So you're going to want to use 3 fingers. And what you're going to do is you're just going to wrap it around. until you get enough that you, like, I got kind of a lot. You see how much that is? Okay. And then you're gonna cut it off so you have a circle. And then you're gonna cut off another little chunk. And what you're gonna do is holding your circle, and you might wanna get someone to help you with this. If my husband was home, I would make him help me, but he's not home. So I'm gonna stick this ribbon through this little piece that I cut off, and we're gonna tie it. Oh, I think I cut this piece too small. Well, maybe I can make it work. Eeh. You know, you live and learn with these things. And you're gonna tie it and try to do a double knot just to make sure it doesn't come loose on you. Which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do a double knot. Well, you know, make it long enough to make a double knot would be my recommendation. Okay, so then you got this little circle thing of yarn or ribbon, like that. Kind of looks like a wreath. Okay, now we're gonna do the tail. So just set that aside. Now we're gonna do the tail. So you can do the same thing. So for this time, I'm gonna use 3 fingers. So I want you guys to use 4 fingers, okay? So you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna wrap. Actually, before we wrap, I'm gonna cut that piece. I'm gonna cut it bigger this time. Okay, so I got the piece to tie off at the end. That's what that is. Okay, so now I'm gonna wrap for my tail. This wrapping, wrap, wrap. And that's all my ribbon, so that's as much ribbon as I'm gonna use. So I got a little bit bigger circle this time. And you're gonna take your piece that you cut off and you're gonna tie it like that. Ugh. This time I left plenty so I can double knot. Make sure it's really tight. Okay. Then what you're gonna do is, so you have, you know, your two, one's a little bit bigger than the other one, as you can see. Okay, then you're gonna cut it. So you have your circle and you have your tie at the top, right? You're gonna cut off to one side of that tie. So you see the tie is right here and I'm gonna cut over here. And then you're gonna have a tail. Then I'm gonna cut this funny piece off up here, like that. So you have a tail. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing for the mane. So you're gonna make your circle, find the knot at the top, and then you're gonna cut off to the side of the knot. And then you have your mane. See? Tail and mane. So you should have one a little bit longer than the other one. Tail, mane. Okay, so that's all of our parts that we need for our unicorn. So what we're gonna do is, so you're gonna take your painted, if it's not dry, maybe pause it and let it finish drying if you did paint. If you use the paper, you know, you're good to go, or your paint's dry, good to go. So what I'm gonna do is take where I cut that little square or the X into the back, I'm gonna take my tail, which is the longer one, and I'm going to stick it into that hole somehow. Shove it in there, like that. And see how it's kind of, you can see it poking through. You just pull it through, and then you can always pull it back to kind of, like that. So then you have a tail sticking out in the back. So just stuck it right through that hole. You see it sticking through, just like that. Okay, so that's gonna be our tail, the back of our unicorn. Now, we're gonna attach our ears and our horn. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna face the unicorn towards you, so the tail facing away. Then you're gonna take your tape and you are going to attach your ears. I put a little piece of tape at the bottom of my ear like that. And then I take it and I stick it kind of on the side, inside of my unicorn. See, okay? Then, same thing with the other ear. Tape on the bottom, and you're gonna stick it on the inside, kind of, you wanna leave like a space in between your two ears so your horn can go. So it's, make sure paying attention to what you're doing, as I did not, and taped it in the wrong spot. Okay, now I got my ears all hooked together, but that's okay. We're just gonna make this work. Okay, okay, let me stick these back in and pay attention to what I'm doing. There we go. So I got my ears, my tail in the back, just like that. Now the horn. Same thing. Piece of tape on the bottom. And this time you want to stick it right in between the two ears. So I'm going to take it in, maybe in, and stick it right on there. And then kind of mush it all down. Make sure it's all stuck in there. So there's my horn and my two ears, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna draw the face on because I think it's easier to draw the face on if I don't have the mane all in the way. So this is the face that I did on my first unicorn. You can draw any face that you want. I'm gonna do the same face because I don't know what else I can draw right at this moment. So I'm just gonna go with the same face. So what you do is, it's kind of, I'll just do it. So you're gonna do, you know, your eyeball like that. And it's kind of like a squiggle. A second eyeball. And then to make the eyelashes, you just do one more little line off of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but just like that. Then, I am going to use a pink marker. I'm gonna put little cheeks on this unicorn. Okay. Can you kind of see it? It's really not really noticeable in the camera, but okay. But I can see them. Cheeks. Okay. So we've got ears, horn, tail, base. Now we're going to attach our mane, this part up here, the mane of the unicorn. Okay, so how we're going to do that is, and this ribbon kind of lays a little bit better, you're going to tape or glue, hot glue would work on this too, the mane on the inside of your tube. So right across from your horn, you're going to tape it right inside there. And you're going to tape the knot part of it. Tape. Okay, so I'm going to put a nice big piece of tape on this. So I did it like right on the knot. Same thing as with the ears and the horn. You're going to stick it inside. Oh man. And try your best to stick it in the right spot. And remember, it does not have to be perfect. It's your unicorn. Whatever you want your unicorn to look like is great. I had some tape stick together, so I'm just gonna do that. There. So then I got my mane. Now, I'm thinking this mane's a little long. My unicorn can't see anything, so I'm just gonna get a little haircut here. There. There's my unicorn. And their friends. And I think I'm gonna name them, I think this is Martha and this is Frederick. Frederick and Martha. All right, thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope to see you guys all real soon and have so much fun.